Hello, welcome to a story about the Leap Pagoda. Now before telling you about the 2012 Leap Pagoda Joey story, let me ask 5 questions. Number 1, did Mr. Gung promise me monthly salaries? I'm Joey Arnold, original Oatmeal. I did not ask for money in 2013 or 2014. Not specifically. After losing my bike in December 2013, the Pagoda gave me money and Mr. Gung handed me salary money. I did not ask for money, but they gave me money. Mr. Gung specifically said to me, Joey, salary. Mr. Gung said that to me and he handed me money in an envelope. And it said salary on it and there was like a 1 million Phuong in there. That's about 50 USD, American money. About $50. Exactly, $50. I mean, not exactly, but 1 million. And he said salary in December 2013 after my bike was stolen. They were just trying to be nice to me. My students asked Mr. Gung, and it seemed Mr. Gung said that I would get monthly salaries and I would continue getting classes even after TET, after February 2014. So I really thought this was going to happen because that's what I heard. If that wasn't true, it's the responsibility of the Leap Pagoda to tell me otherwise. In December 2013, I asked if my class could continue after TET because I was TCing class at the Pagoda on Saturday and Sunday nights from November to January. November, that's the 11th month of 2013 until like the first month of 2014. My students asked and I sent emails to the Pagoda, and that was in English and Vietnamese. Because I was trying to get clarifications, I was trying to get answers, and I wanted the Pagoda, like the staff at the Leap Pagoda, to tell me everything that I need to know. About like if I was going to get a salary, if I could stay there, if I could continue having classes, all these things I need to know because they would not tell me and they continue not to tell me. But they needed to find a way, find somebody to translate if they didn't feel confident in speaking English. The Pagoda would never respond to my emails. So I really want to know who answers the emails for the Leap Pagoda. Because I emailed them, but they never responded to my emails. In December 2013, my students and other people said to me that the Pagoda will let me sleep and eat there anytime I want. That's free rent. So I really believed it was okay. Even though at the time I was only staying there for like 1 day a week, but it seemed as if I could stay there every single day, regardless of whether people would complain, like people that go there to worship at the Pagoda, as Buddhist people do. Like if you promise something, you should keep the promise. At first, I had my own room. They gave me a room to sleep in, but then later other people were staying in that room, and then I had to sleep somewhere else, like in an open room where, like where people would see me, and then I guess people didn't like that. After a while, visitors would come to the Pagoda and they didn't like it and they complained to like the monks, and then they started thinking it was a bad idea. But I was originally invited, at least I thought I was invited, so I tried asking the Pagoda for clarifications many times, but I never originally got any clarifications for my questions until like recently. Right now it's March 2nd, Sunday, 2014, but I'm getting some, like last week. They're kind of telling me stuff now, but this is like 8 months later since I started coming back in August 2013. I started coming to the Pagoda, but they wouldn't really tell me things right away, so I tell them they shouldn't wait so long to tell me the things that I need to know. So the second question that's very important is, when did Miss Yum first learned of me. Miss Yum is a coordinator, a manager. She decides everything about like she invites the teachers to teach at the pagoda, but she didn't really know about me, at least, you know, like, because it seems that she did not know who I was until around the 10th of February 2014, but I've been coming to this elite pagoda since August 2013, so I think somebody forgot to tell her, and it's their job. The staff, the people that work at the pagoda is supposed to tell her, but it seems that they did not. So like I said, Miss Yum is the teacher coordinator. She invites teachers to teach at the pagoda. It seems that Miss Zıonг failed to tell her about me, but she seems to be mad at me instead of being mad at Miss Zıonг, who is supposed to tell her, but it seems that they didn't tell her, and I don't understand that. I didn't do anything wrong because I did not know that she existed. I thought Mr. Zıonг was the manager. I didn't know Mr. Zıonг had a boss. But some people say that Mr. Zıong is the boss over her, so I'm a little confused about what the truth is. So number 3, why did Miss Zıonг, I don't know how to say her name exactly because I don't know a lot of Vietnamese because I'm American, but why did Miss Zıong say that my visa is expired when it's not? Because, you know, since today is, you know, it's the 2nd of March, but, you know, like last week, Miss Yum was saying my visa expires. Miss Yum said my visa was already expired, but my visa doesn't expire until the 10th of February. No, the 10th of March, the 3rd month of 2014, and today is the 2nd of March, so it's not expired yet. So she lied. So this is a picture of my what do you call it, visa on my passport that I got from America since I was born and raised in America. I'm an American, me. Here's a picture of me and a girl, a Vietnamese girl that I met 2013 in person. Her name is Katie. She stole my bike. I made videos about this before. It's very important that you help me. This is a photo of me and Katie. Katie stole my bike. Please help me ask Katie to give me back my bike or give me money. Here is some contact info about her name and her email and her Facebook and some phone numbers of her and her mother and her address in District 8 of Saigon, Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. Number 4. Did the pagoda promise that I could sleep at the pagoda anytime I want? I thought they promised me that. I really did. According to what my students and others who translated what Mr. Zıonг and the master was saying, it seemed that I was totally promised that I could eat there, get free rent, and that I could stay there anytime I want. I really thought that. There is a problem because I asked them many times for clarification, and it's their responsibility. It's the responsibility of the people that work at the pagoda to tell me, you know, that I'm wrong if I think something. Because I told them, oh, I think I could stay here at any time. And it seemed that they're like, okay, yeah, you can stay here anytime, until recently. And now it seems like now they're saying like, oh, you know, actually you can't stay here at any time, but they're supposed to tell me that a long time ago. It's their job to communicate. Don't break promises, period. You know, if you say something like, oh, you can stay here, you know, let them stay there. Like if they tell me, oh, you can stay here anytime you want, then let me stay here anytime I want. So don't break promises, period, no matter what. On the exception that you do break promises, please offer explanations and apologies and compensations for the inconveniences at doing just that, breaking promises. Very bad. Number 5. Why did the people at the pagoda, threaten to call police or others to kick me out of the pagoda? Because before they never really did that until recently, last week, the last week of February 2014. The Pagoda started threatening me on Tuesday, 2014 to 25, through the mouth of Miss Dung. Later, they said that the master told them not to call the police, so that I'd leave on my own. But why did they continue threatening me after that? If the master really did tell them to stop threatening me with the police, then why did they continue threatening me with the police if they were not really going to do it? They were basically lying with the police like a bluff, like when you play poker or something. Number 6, why did I say only 5 questions? How about number 6? A 6th question, okay, excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry, but number 6, why do they continue threatening me with the police? This is kind of still part of number 5, so technically speaking, only 5 questions. If the master told them not to, right? That's not fair. Did you see that? You know what I'm saying? Like, they say, the police are going to get you, so you better leave. But I stayed for like a few days, and the police never came. And then they said, oh, well, because the master told us not to call the police, but then if you're not going to call the police, then why do you say you're going to call the police? That's lying, and lying's not good. So remember these questions as I tell the story, as I continue to tell the story now. So now here, ladies and gentlemen, the 2012 Leaf Pagoda's Joey story by Joey Arnold. This is my email, contact me, originaloatmeal@gmail.com. Today is Sunday, 2014, March 2nd. It's around 3 p.m., that's the 15th hour of the day. I'm at the Saigon Cuisine. This is the address in the Trung district in Ho Chi Minh City, Saigon, Vietnam, Southeast Asia. I was born and raised in America, so in 1985. So a decline in communication is a decline in understanding. This is very important to remember, because this is why this problem is happening. And this kind of thing happens all the time in many different situations, so this is something you can really, really learn. You can quote me in this, because I think I made up this quote. I've never heard this before, but a decline in communication is a decline in understanding. Do you ever run into that? You ever misunderstand others? Do people ever misunderstand you? People ever misunderstand you? Do people ever misunderstand you? Communication is very important in relationships with mothers, fathers, husband and wife, the parents with the children, with friends, anybody with anybody, any kind of relationship with the boss and the workers. When there's a lack of communication, problems happen, and that's the thing about my story. These problems were happening because the Pagoda was failing to tell me. So let me tell you the story. Once upon a time lived me in a USA, American English teacher in Vietnam. My name is Joey Arnold, the original Oatmeal. Đây là Joey. That's my name. My Vietnamese name for pretends is like Quang. It's like original understanding. Let me tell you this story in third person. This means instead of saying the word me, I will say the word Joey and things like that. Third person. I'm telling the story in third person. I will talk like how Elmo talks. Elmo goes like, hey, me, Elmo. Elmo feels hungry. Elmo feels like this. And so I'd be like, Joey feels great. Stuff like that. Third person. Which is kind of like if you translate things into Vietnamese, it seems that Vietnamese people talk in third person. Once upon a time lived Joey. Joey is a baby kangaroo that likes to hop around the forest. Or, Australia, which I've never been to Australia. Joey was born in 1985 in Forest Grove, Oregon of the United States, USA. USA, number one, just kidding. I don't know, sometimes I feel like there's a lot of things about America that I like, but I've wanted to travel the world since 1993 when I was 8 years old and help people. Because, America has more, so they need less, and other countries have less, so they need more. So I finally started going to other states, and then Quebec, Canada in 2006, and then let me say in third person, Joey. Joey went to Vietnam in 2012. Elmo, no, not Elmo, Joey. Joey teaches English in Saigon, Vietnam now. Joey started teaching at the Leaf Pagoda in August 2012. So let me tell you about the Leaf Pagoda. That's chualagovap. So here's their address. Please contact them and talk to them and ask them to answer my 6 questions that you saw earlier in this video. Here is the address. Please go there and ask them. But be warned, they tend to lie. Like, they told some of my students that I could stay here, that Joey could stay at the pagoda anytime he wants, but that's a lie because they tell me otherwise. They tell Joey he can't. So if you go talk to them, they'll probably lie to you about things just to end the conversation, because they'll tell you one thing, but the truth will be something else. Here's the address for the Leaf Pagoda, Suala. This is 12/2E Wang Trung, Phuong Mui Bon, 14th Ward in the Gop District, Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. So please call them. Here's 2 phone numbers for the pagoda. 1 phone number specifically for Mr. Gong, who seemed not to be doing his job for Joey. Email them. This is their email. So here is the story. Once upon a time, August 2013, Joey was assisting in the teaching in some of the classes and clubs on Tuesdays and Thursday mornings. It was around like 8:30 to like 10, and there was also like a Thursday English club at about like 10:30 or so until like 11 or something, 11:30 or something. And he was going Joey was going to that club and then helping with the classes to Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then later, there was this older Vietnamese English teacher that invited Joey to help him with his classes on the weekends. Joey started helping during his classes on Saturdays and Sundays, 7 to 8:30. It says PM, that's a typo, it's supposed to be AM, in the morning. I was thinking about my class, but he started Joey started in the morning. So later, that older Vietnamese English teacher gave Joey his own class because he asked, hey, do you want to teach in your class? And Joey said, oh yeah, I want to teach in my own class at the pagoda. And so he talked to the pagoda, and the pagoda gave Joey his own class, which now it seems that Miss Dung and the pagoda denies that they ever gave Joey his own class, but it really did happen. Joey had over 40 students at first, Saturday and Sunday nights, 7:30 to 9 p.m. It was from November to January, and actually Joey had a class even this last week, during the last week of February, and there was like 3 students that came, but so in 2013, December, Joey's bike was stolen at the 239 Park in District 1, Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. The pagoda wanted to be nice. The pagoda gave Joey money so that Joey can buy a new bike, and that helped a lot. And then also, Mr. Gong also gave Joey monthly salaries. Joey was told that he would get 1 million VND, that's about $50 per month. A couple different people asked the pagoda for clarification if this was really true, and Joey emailed them and say, is that really true that he would get monthly salaries, that that he would continue to get money? And the pagoda either said yes, or they didn't really respond with an official statement, which confuses everything with that kind of lack of communication. Joey got 1 million VND one time just in December 2013. But Joey did not get anything for January or February 2014. Joey did not ask for money, but they voluntarily and freely gave Joey money. Joey had students ask in person and via the phone. And Joey also sent an email that was never replied to. The pagoda would tell them that Joey would continue to get salaries and students in classes. And maybe they would have to wait. Maybe Joey would have to wait for the master to return from the USA before he would get more salaries. Which we're still waiting, like maybe at the end of March 2014, the master will come back. But right now there seems to be some misunderstandings. And that Joey could, you know, continue to sleep and live, you know, free rent at the pagoda anytime he wants. Like, even if he wants to live there, like, every single day. But then, like, back during Tet, like, people were complaining, I guess, about Joey, and then they didn't know what to do, and, like, the monks and the people at the pagoda, they didn't really know a lot of English, and they couldn't really tell Joey, but they could have found somebody to translate to Joey. But, I don't know. And, you know, it's kind of sad, it's kind of disappointing. So Tuesday, just last week, 2014, February 25th, Miss Yum told Joey to leave or to wait for the police. And, it was kind of sad, and Miss Yum was telling everybody that Joey's visa was expired, and as you saw earlier in the video, Joey's visa is not expired until the 10th of March 2014. So, Miss Yum was telling a lie, and Joey is really sad, and Joey was really sad, like Elmo's really sad. Elmo from Sesame Street, just a puppet, but Joey's a real boy, not like Pinocchio. So, before, it seemed as if the pagoda didn't hate Joey until, you know, after Joey met Miss Yum, then it seemed that the pagoda began hating Joey. It seemed that Miss Gung failed to tell Miss Yum about Joey. When Miss Yum asked Miss Gung and the other staff at the pagoda, it seemed that they started to lie to Miss Yum to, you know, so that they wouldn't get in trouble for, you know, if they were honest, like transparent, like they should be, like people should be, and like, oh yeah, we let him start teasing, then maybe they would get fired or something, and Miss Yum would be like, how dare you not talk to me about all the, you have to tell me about all the teachers, and, you know, because I'm the one that invites people. You know, basically that's what she told me, that she invites every teacher, and if you're not invited through Miss Yum, then you're not invited. But I was invited through the other people. Joey was invited through the other people. Saturday, 2014 to 22nd, the 22nd of February, you know, Joey's students were coming back to the normal class, and the students told Joey, but the class was canceled. Okay. The students told Joey that his own class was canceled, but the pagoda never told Joey that Joey's class was canceled. And that is pretty sad. I think that is pretty sad. Joey continues to have all of these questions and more. And Joey wants to understand what is happening. And we all should be really, really glued to our televisions and laptops to really want to know. And the story is to be continued, so please stay tuned. There is more to be said about the details. For example, last night, 2014 3/1, the first day of March, it seemed as if the pagoda liked Joey, and it may have been a lie. And they were saying like, oh, we're sorry, you know, they were saying to Joey, oh, we're sorry for, you know, and for all these things, and they were yelling at each other, and all these things are not supposed to be happening, but it's like, then they really wanted, they really, you know, like, obviously I'm in Vietnam because I'm next to a Vietnamese boy, but like, they told me, Joey, many things in order to get Joey to leave, like they were tricking Joey, but Joey didn't really buy it, but Joey was kind of confused, and at one moment, Joey was genuinely crying last night, which is something that Joey doesn't like to do, because he's a real boy, and only real boy wear pink and stuff like that. They have been lying to Joey's students, you know, and the Joey students asked them questions like, oh, where's Joey? Oh, Joey's not at the pagoda. Joey went out to buy something. Joey doesn't buy stuff. Joey doesn't like to spend money. And they seem to lie to Joey as well about certain things, and now Joey's really confused. So stay tuned for more info. Please ask the pagoda these questions that you saw earlier in the video. Please rewind the video, go back to the beginning and look at the 6 questions. They're very important. Or you can just go to just Joey .blogspot.com/2014 3/2012 Leaf Pagoda Joey story. You go here and you can see all this and you can look at it and read it, and you can email me, email Joey at originaloatmeal@gmail.com. Thank you for listening. I'm sorry that the video is so long, but there's so much that has to be said, and it's just very, very sad that these things are happening, and I'm not here to complain. I'm here to educate and inspire and help you if you ever run into these kinds of problems. I appreciate, the good things that happen in my life with all the people, like even the Pagoda and everybody like that, and I'm happy, but at the same time, I want people to become better, and I want people to learn from certain mistakes, and just to become better people. Like, communication is very important, and integrity is very important, and confrontation is very important, and certain things are very important, but those things were not happening in this story. This story is not a fairy tale because it really happened, and it's still happening, and it's very, very sad. Joey is asking for help. Please contact the Pagoda and ask them and beg them for the answers, because it's just really confusing and it's very sad. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more information, and always remember my email, originaloatmeal@gmail.com. This is what I look like, in case you forgot. I'm a real boy, I'm not crazy. That's a Vietnamese boy. I came here to make the world a better place. I'm not just here to just punch you in the face. But like last night, it was really crazy and sad because I was at the Pagoda last night, the first day of March, the 3rd month of 2014, and all these Vietnamese people were at the Pagoda, and they were gonna jump me and pull me out of the Pagoda and beat me up or something. It's really, really sad, and I don't like that. I don't like that they can just turn on you. So I really want answers. Look at the beginning of the video. Look at the questions I was asking. I want the Pagoda to give me more specific answers, because it's very important to understand what's going on. We can all benefit from these things. It's very important. Stay tuned and continue to eat oatmeal. For more information, email me, Joey, at originaloatmeal@gmail.com. Bum bum bum, bum bum bum. And it seems like a lot of bad things happen to me, and I'm I don't know why, but it just kind of happens. But I guess it happens to successful people. You know how many times Abraham Lincoln failed? You know how many times Albert Einstein failed, or certain people in the past. People fail, but we're not defined by our failures. We're defined by whether or not we give up on our failures, or if we continue to keep on pressing on. And that's very important as humans for the survival of the fittest. Or it's not like I believe in evolution, but I'm saying that we are to go after what is best. And ultimately, if we don't have Christ in our lives, we're nothing. So we gotta ask Christ to save us, so that we can live with Him forever, because He is our Creator and Savior, and Buddha is not real, and certain religions and all the religions without Christ are fake. We all want God, but we don't really know who God is until we see Him and find Him, and that's what is ultimately very important and better than anything else in the world. So try to remember that whether you believe in Christ as your personal Savior or not, it's up to you, and it's between you and God. But it's very important to realize that Christian countries are the best in the world, and the United States was founded under the Christian God, and that's why they have been successful until recently. Because recently there's a decline in the USA, because there's a decline against God, taking God out of the schools, and then that will destroy things. And it's a fact, even though people say, well, religion has nothing to do with the success of a country and people, but it is very much very connected. Study your history, look at the facts, and you'll find out that some of the things I'm saying it's true, and hopefully everything I'm saying is true, because I try my best, but I'm not perfect, and I don't think that I'm always right. But please please keep your eyes open, because that's when I'm asking for you to be inspired, to be educated, to try your best to go after what is best. I'm Oatmeal. Take care.